I am so curious to see what we can expect from season 4 of The Boys.
Who builds your monuments? Who tongues your taint?
If it was your world, you're the producer, you're the director, like, what happens in this show to give you that satisfaction of, like, something happened at the end of season 4? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Homelander has to...
Oh.
Look at that bloody
He's smiling. Welcome to Backseat Directing,
where we talk about movies, TV shows, comics, and more.
We're your hosts,
Andrew
and Aaron.
And we put out new episodes every Monday and Thursday.
And on this episode, we're reacting to the season 4 trailer of The Boys.
3, 2, 1, action. Dude, when I was saying with Andrew, I had a flashback in my brain to when we did the character debate episode and you called yourself Andrew and I almost called myself Aaron.
Yeah, you were like, and I'm Andrew, and then I was like, and I'm Andrew.
You're like, well, we can't both be Andrew. No matter how bad you want.
Yeah, that was so funny. All right, man, today we're reacting to season 4 of The Boys. We love The Boys. We just finished watching Gen V a few months ago, or a few weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah.
And we both loved that show. It was a great show, one of the better ones of 2023.
And we both managed to hold off on watching The Boys season 4 teaser trailer, and specifically so we can have our first reactions here on the show.
I'm really excited. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Helps the show out a lot. If you like this show, that'll make sure that you see the rest of our content, because we're putting out new episodes every Monday and Thursday, like Andrew said in the intro. We also have a bunch of Gen V episodes. I think we did 2 or 3 of them. And I don't know if we've actually covered The Boys or not.
I don't think we
just The
have.
Boys.
No, we've held it off. We were gonna do it when this season gets closer to coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a long time.
When the
We've been doing this
anticipation
podcast for
yeah.
so long. Okay, well, you ready to just kind of get right into this?
Yeah, let's start this trailer. I am so curious to see what we can expect from season 4 of The Boys.
Rome.
We're starting with the back of Homelander's head. That was a really
Greece.
good shot.
All
Looking for
democracies
more
fail
of a change in the dynamic in this season.
because people are fucking
Looking for some
stupid.
big changes. The Singer Newman campaign.
But if you crush the masses, who builds your monuments? Who tongues your taint?
The Deep's relationship with the squid is building. or
People
octopus.
will tear it apart themselves. You just gotta nudge them a little.
So they're reaching a boiling point in society.
Then you get to swoop in.
The two sides.
Even what's saving it.
Yeah, season 3 ended with
Like
Homelander
Caesar.
killing people in public, right?
See?
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge shift in the dynamic of the series. That's Homelander realizing that he can be his brutal self publicly, and people will first say, Jeffrey Dean Morgan! Oh, yeah, I forgot he was going to be in this, dude. I love him.
Oh, hell.
That looked good.
Who wants their balls crushed?
Saw himself wanting in real time. Was that Ryan?
Your team.
Yeah.
Pushing that person?
Code name again?
The Boys.
Oof. Who came up with that shit?
I feel like Butcher's going to be like, I did. Oh. Look at that bloody
He's smiling.
Dude, he's
God.
Homelander's finally reveling in his true self, the self that he thought that would get abhorred by society if he unveiled it. He's been hiding that. It's been his main motivation for protecting the rest of the world from his murderous urges is his love for the adoration of the public. And now that he realized he can have his cake and eat it too, he can unveil his violent side and still have this horde of supporters. He's basically unleashed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Homelander can kill at will to some degree, if the public's not going to turn against him. That was his one thing holding him back.
Yeah. I just want to say that the cinematography for this show is amazing. And
Oh yeah.
looks fantastic here too. It looks maybe we'll get to see a little bit more of the powers as well, like we did in Gen V. We got to see a lot more powers. It seemed like their budget for Gen V was higher than any of the seasons that we've seen for the boys.
Yeah, it's ramped up a little bit because even in season 3 of the boys,
We saw the most.
they start taking temp V. So
Yeah.
now our heroes are showing powers too. So we get a lot more. And then there's like the awesome Hero-gasm fight episode, which is like the best fight in the show. So
Yeah.
they've been ramping up there, you know, into Gen V and now into this season. It looks like based on that trailer, there's a lot of power use. We're seeing Ryan fighting. We're seeing like Homelander's powers. We're seeing that new powers like that guy multiplying, splitting in half, which looked really painful.
Yeah, and it looked really cool. But Homelander's suit has to be one of like the top character design suits out there.
But let's not overlook the simplicity and beauty of the Butcher outfit. That trench coat is iconic. They all wear black trench coats, all the members of the boys in the comics.
Yeah, but Homelander's outfit, amazing.
Really,
and
yeah.
Anthony Starr is fantastic as Homelander.
Dude, he's one of the best cast people in like in the last decade. He's up there. And I always say like the number one go-to for me is like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. Chef's kiss, perfect. Like he's up there in that league. Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. Like
Yeah, he's somehow mastered that face of like trying to hide something, but it's just like slipping through, but you're not hiding it in a stoic way. You're hiding it in like, I'm supposed to be smiling in front of millions of people.
there's
way.
a Comic-Con where he talks about it. He's asked by a fan, or no, however it comes up, he's talking about that face specifically, and he's like, yeah, people will ask me like in interviews, like, how do you make that face with the the psychotic eyes and he's like, what face? he's like I don't know what's wrong with me, but I guess that's my face. He's like,
That's like Willem Dafoe, like saying like when people are like, "Oh, you'd make a great Joker." It's like, thanks. I think like
I guess I look like
I'd be a great like
psychopath.
you know.
But yeah, it's something in like his smile has like this little twitch, and then also his eyes.
Like
Like
kind of like he's smiling with his bottom lips, almost.
They
you
do
know,
the-
and it's like creeping through.
they do this thing in How I Met Your Mother where they're like, why is his smile so menacing about this character called the Captain? And they put a piece of paper over his mouth and then slide it up over his eyes. And it's like the smile is pleasant, but the eyes are like
Evil.
menacing and evil.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's, I think, what it is the eyes are like this panicked, chaotic psychopathy.
Yeah, I want to say, or I want to ask you a question. In the beginning of this, you said, "I want to see some change in this season. I want to see something happen." That was a criticism that you had with Gen V as well, where you felt like the status quo didn't change at all through the show, but also through all 3 seasons of The Boys. It's kind of the same. Like Homelander ends up on top, and they didn't really
Snow
seem-
lands on top.
Yeah, it seems like they don't really ever make a dent, you know? So, like, if it was your world, you're the producer, you're the director, like, what happens in this show to give you that satisfaction of, like, something happened at the end of season 4? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Homelander has to either win or lose, for me. And it looks like
What does that mean to you?
it means that Homelander needs to have his powers taken away or killed, or he needs to like put the boys down. Like he needs to put them like down in the dirt where like if they're going to do one more season after this, then it's like a big comeback and they finally beat Homelander. I think like even taking Homelander out of the equation, I've said multiple times before, I think on the podcast that like if they were to let Soldier Boy's blast hit Homelander and take away his powers, even if it were just temporary for half a season or a couple episodes with a powerless Homelander, we now introduce a new villain into the equation and bring Homelander back later. It just would shift the dynamic of the show. But I can already see that they're doing something that I really like in this season because
what's that?
one of my big gripes with the show about it not changing isn't just about the dynamic between the boys and Homelander and Vought and Seven staying the same. It's about the dynamic between Vought and the public staying the same because public's never really truly been had
Clued in to what's really happening.
They've always had the wool pulled over their eyes time and time and again every season, but we can see like this rioting in the streets leading to like a big clash. So like the people are revolting against Homelander's true self. And then there's another side of the people that are, accepting Homelander's violence and saying, we need somebody who can get it done any means necessary. And like those two people clashing is showing us that the people are no longer numb or stupid to ignorant to like the violence that is behind the scenes with these heroes. Soups in general, like they cover up so much like murder and duplicity. So I'm excited to see that come to the stage. I want to see, that's what I wanted, is the public to be more involved and more knowledgeable. They can't, they just, like Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad, they can't keep getting away with this. Like, so I'm really glad that they're doing that and bringing it to the light, because that shifts that shifts the dynamic. That shifts the public dynamic, the public
status
perception.
quo.
Yeah, and that's what I want. Like season to season, like season to season of Breaking Bad is like the dynamic is changed. It's like Walt is
evolving.
Yeah, Walt becomes like,
but he still like slips every once
he
in a while.
becomes a
going
drug
back and
lord,
forth.
and then now he's like taking a step back because he's involved with Gus, and Gus is like pulling the strings on him. He comes out from under Gus, and now he's fighting with like these neo-Nazis. What are those like people he's fighting with towards the last season? So it's people finding out the truth. Hank finds out the truth in like season 4 of, or season, maybe it's even season 5 of Breaking Bad. So like, that's what I need from them, is big changes. And it looks like they're doing it based on this trailer. Seeing just that, like that scene where the people are clashing head to head was a big deal to me.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted to see something different, but I also want to see more like powers.
Yeah.
I want to see how they use their powers rather than just talking about it all the time. I think they did it really well in the first 3 seasons, kind of staying within the limits of their budget, or so it seemed, but I want to see them kind of like push that limit a little
People
bit.
love this show so much. There's no way they can't like increase the budget and push that limit. Dude, that shot of Ryan pushing the guy into the building is insane. It looks it's a one long held shot, no cutting, and you get to see like the whole arc of him flying through the air into the building. It looks
Watching
awesome.
Gen V makes me very hopeful for season 4 of The Boys being more.
Yeah, from what I can tell, I haven't seen any confirmation of Gen V characters being in this. We're getting a new character in the form of Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and then we're getting these new characters, these new, probably villainous heroes. It looks like they're joining the 7 based on that parade. We're getting like Sister Sage and Firecracker. I'm guessing they're going to be like villainous characters joining the 7, because I haven't finished the comics, so I don't know if Sister Sage and Firecracker are in there. But it was my understanding that we were going to get what's her name? The villain from Gen V into the with the power to like push people. I thought we were going to get her in this next season, and that she was going to play a role, however, whatever size. So hopefully we see some tie-in from Gen V, because we're told that they're like directly linked. We're told
Gen V directly leads into season 4 of The Boys, which
Kate, that's her name. Kate Dunlap.
If you've seen the end of Gen V, you know that some of these characters show up. So it seems like it will start right from when Gen V ended, which is cool.
Yeah.
And leads to the high possibility that we do get to see some of those characters come in, or if not, maybe we see them in the last episode.
It looks like, as usual, we're going to get a lot of time with Homelander, but now with Homelander and Ryan together.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do a lot of development for Ryan's characters. We got to see him kind of devolve here, and then hopefully Butcher can save him from the brink.
How many more seasons of The Boys do you want? I know, like, we really love the show and stuff, but, like, don't you feel like we should be kind of getting close to the end? Like, stop it before it's gone too far?
I was happy
and
with...
I don't like saying that, because, like, I love the characters, I love the show, I love the cinematography, the storytelling. Like, I love every aspect of the show, but, like, I don't want them to do too much. We also push it too long. Like, keep it as good as it is.
We also don't want to do the show until Carl Urban and Anthony Starr are into old age, like we don't want them to be elderly,
Yeah, this isn't NCIS.
Yeah.
Going on
Gibbs was like
30 years,
aging like Morgan Freeman. Like Gibbs started that show at like old age, and then just filmed it for 15 years.
Dude, he just kept going and going and going. But yeah, I'm excited for this.
Is it Gibbs? That's the main guy in NCIS, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I don't make myself look stupid there.
Nope, you're right.
But
I told you.
I'm excited based off this trailer.
It's a little teaser trailer. It didn't show us too much. Honestly, I don't really want to see much more than that, because I'm already going to watch it.
We're obviously going to watch it, so we're good here.
We already don't like watching past that first trailer, because they show too much. We did a Die Hard trailer reaction, and that
showed the whole movie.
Showed the entire movie. It's like, why? That was an important part. Like, you didn't have to show that, but here it is. So, all right. Any closing thoughts on The Boys or anything else coming up?
Oh, I'm just curious how the events of Gen V are going to impact this season, because we've got 2 big things at play coming into this season, which is the use of Temp V, which is like destroying Butcher and killing him, like we saw his brain scans at the end of season 3, and then the invention of this new drug from Gen V that is like highly volatile to soups, can kill them, and can spread like wildfire, especially the air, I think.
Yeah, it's a virus.
So we have those two things going on, then plus the like political ramifications, if you will, of the Starlight versus Homelander, like amongst the populace. So there's so many balls in the air. I don't know what storyline are you most looking forward to?
How about character? I really am fascinated by Homelander's character. I feel like it's a character that everyone says they hate, but like,
We all watch it for him.
yeah, but he's also portraying a lot of like real people. Like a lot of people would like
Be
be
careful.
like that, you know? And it's like, man, like it's so interesting, you know? And
He's talking about me.
but it's interesting, right? And there's so many. I love the portrayal of like if superheroes were real, how would it actually happen? It kind of feels like this is the world that
Yeah, and it's
would
like
be,
if
right?
if a psychopath got superpowers too, because you've got like you're talking about like the consumerism and the business aspect of heroes and the front that is Vought, but then like if a psychopath got superpowers, it's Homelander because a psychopath is like they're all about power and control, right? And then
Yeah.
you give that psychopath ultimate power
Yeah.
physically, so it's just a very interesting like case study into the mind of a psychopath and a Superman-esque character at the same
Right.
time.
And I'm just curious to see how they continue to develop that character and
I'm
story.
most excited to see Butcher because he's now on the brink of death and he has superpowers and
He's got nothing
nothing
to lose, even more than ever.
Which I've always been most fascinated with Butcher because I am a
And
Carl.
now Ryan's with Homelander too.
Yeah, so we'll see how that affects him.
I
But
kind of forgot as we were talking about this. Like Ryan's his wife's kid
Yeah.
too, you know. So like
it looks like Jeffrey Dean Morgan is interacting with Butcher as some kind of character who's like in the government, like his liaison with the government, maybe. But I'm excited to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan a ton. But I've always loved Butcher. I love Carl Urban. I'm a huge Carl Urban fan, and he does so good in this role. So we get to see the dynamic between our two favorite characters, and it should be a blast, man. I'm excited. I'm optimistically looking towards this season.
absolutely, me too. I want to say thank you so much for watching this far. We put out new episodes every Monday and Tuesday, so it'd be Monday and Thursday. It's getting late today, you know. So every Monday and Thursday we post new episodes, but we have been putting out a decent amount every single week, a little bit extra than the Monday and Thursday. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our content. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere that you get your socials. We're there. So hit us up there. Join us on the comments. We have a Discord as well. I encourage you to join the conversation there. We talk about future episodes that we're doing. We get recommendations from you guys. And we just talk about movies and shows and creating content. So join the conversation on Discord as well. Thanks so much for watching. And
That's a wrap.